Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about balancing appointment setting with school and work. So I actually filmed this earlier, but the upload decided to cut off, so it's my second time filming it. Amazing. So balancing appointment setting with school/work. School/work, you guys are probably working part-time, full-time. You probably got school at the moment, you're caught up in assignments, you got uni. Things seem super hard to balance with appointment setting. You got enough responsibilities on your head, but I want to show you guys that it really is possible, and it's not even that hard. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So we're gonna go at this with the assumption that you have an 8-hour schedule. So like a 9 to 5, whether that's with school, you start school at 9 and you end at 5. I know you guys have different schedules, but we're gonna go under this basis because this is what most people are going through. Okay. So typically, we're gonna say you got 8 hours. It's kind of looking like this on your calendar. 9, you got a block. 12 to 1 or 12 to 12:30, you got a lunch break, and then you have from 1 to 5 onwards, and that's the end of your school or your work day. Now, if you have school and work, obviously it's gonna look a bit different. It's gonna be more packed, but still, it's all good. Because the first thing I want to tell you is there is space before and after. There's white space before and after, and that's when you should be getting the bulk of your work done with appointment setting. And work should be done right there, like as I say. So either you have to make the sacrifice, and sacrifice is going to be a big theme of this video because you do have to make sacrifices. You have to make sacrifices in the short term so you can get the life that you want in the long term. So if you actually are serious about making appointment setting your full-time thing, or you just want to use it to break free, if you don't want to keep going to uni like I did, if you don't want to keep going to, I know you probably have to go to school, but if you don't want to work a 9 to 5 any longer, you don't want to go to uni any longer, you're sick and tired of the life, you're drained all the time, then it's time to make some sacrifices if you're actually serious about breaking out, because it is truly possible. Now, as I was saying, work should be done in the white space that you have, even in your lunch break if you can, get some work done. And then take advantage of the weekends too. So especially on weekends, you guys, this is going to be your biggest weapon. If you don't have school, if you don't have work on the weekends, then take advantage of that, because now your calendar is going to be, some coughing in the back. It's going to be pure white space. It's going to be pure white space on the weekend. So you have really no excuse anymore to get it all done. Now, focused work should be taken as priority. Focused work but less hours is way better than unfocused work, but if you do it in more hours. Let's say you have 3 hours, but you're dialed in, you're focused, you're locked in, you're not getting interrupted in those 3 hours, compared to if you had 6 hours but you were kind of like half on TikTok, half talking to a friend, half distracted on Google, half working. It's all going to be about efficiency. That's one of the big themes here too, is you have to be efficient with your time, because everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. You've heard this before. 24 hours in a day. Bill Gates is the same 24 hours as us. You have the same 24 hours. Everyone does. So it's just a matter of knowing what to do in those 24 hours so you can get the results that you want. So one of the things that you should be doing and prioritizing is focusing and locking in with work. Some people ask me, how long would appointment setting take? Like, how much time do I need? How much time commitment do I need? And it's going to be tough to give a blanket answer, but I'm going to say 1 to 3 hours of solid focused work to get your tasks done, because realistically, these are the only 3 things you want to be doing. These are the only 3 things you have to do when you're setting. Like, seriously, it's just these 3 things, and you're cycling between all of them. And it's not like you're running the whole business anyway. Like, that's the responsibility of the business owner that you're working for, is they're running the whole business. You don't have to. You just focus on one skill. You just focus on packing out their calendar. That's it. So if you think it's hard, just wait till you become an entrepreneur, So start convos, have convos, follow-ups. All these 3 things come together to help you book meetings, and then out of those meetings, some clients will get closed, and that's where you make your commission. That's where you make your pera, your money, your dinero. So some tips on not getting distracted, on getting actual solid focused work done. Try the Pomodoro method. So all the Pomodoro method this is something that I use even to this day sometimes, not as much as before, because I find I can focus a lot better now. But if you really have trouble focusing, I want to suggest you this. So the Pomodoro method, basically, you're 25 minutes on, so you're working, you're dialed in, you're focused, you're not distracted in these 25 minutes. And then once the 25 minutes is up, you get a 5-minute break. And also, it's important that you're not working during this time, that it's a clear cutoff. So in that short break, you can go for a walk. Make sure you're not doing anything like working in these 5 minutes. Kind of recover, come back to the 25 minutes, and you just cycle that 4 times. And then after 4 cycles, you do a long break, 15 minutes for example. And then yeah, just rinse and repeat this, see how it goes. You can also tweak it, so you could change it to, how do I change it? If you want 50 minutes on, 10 minutes off, 4 cycles, and then the long break can be half an hour. But it's up to you, it's up to your personal preference. So I found that really helped me in the beginning of my journey. So feel free to try it out, let me know how it goes, because it creates clear-cut work blocks. It creates clear-cut boundaries as to when you should be working, when you shouldn't be working, and it also pressures you to be more focused, because you only have 25 minutes to get stuff done. So try that. Make sure you have little to no distractions in your environment. So I don't know, whatever helps you lock in, guys. Whatever helps you lock in the best. Whether that's locking yourself in your condo, not leaving your desk for several hours on end, whether that's actually like working in a cafe. If you find that you lock in better that way, which I actually kind of do, I prefer that, then go do that. You have to find out what works best for you. So little to no distractions in your environment. Your phone is going to be a big one. So with my phone, I've actually had, for the past 1 to 2 years, I've had notifications off. Yes, no notifications on for the past 1 to 2 years. I've turned it off. The only ones I get is through Slack, through messages, and phone calls. That's it. I don't get any from Instagram. I don't get anything from social media. I don't get anything from any other apps. That's it. And it sounds funny to you. It might sound crazy and you might not be able to do it. But honestly, it's helped me so much with not being distracted, because having the constant notification going off, having that constant dopamine spike, it's not going to do you good in the long run. So try that out. Turn off notifications, put it on airplane mode if you need to, put it on do not disturb, and then only use your phone when you've actually done some work. So little to no distractions. If you need to drink coffee to help you, drink some coffee. If you need nicotine in you, I don't know, it's not health advice, but if you need nicotine in you, then if that helps you focus, go take some nicotine. But that's not the important part. The important part is the environment. It's also make sure you're eating clean, your health is on point, you're working out regularly, and you're getting enough sleep and rest, and you're not in stress, you're minimizing stress. So those things are going to be the 80% in helping you be focused. And when I say here, you don't have to overstretch the mark, because I know with some people is they feel a bit guilty when they're not working or when they stop working, and you don't have to. What I mean by that is, I'm not saying to be lazy. I'm not saying to do the bare minimum. It's just, what I'm saying is, let's say your KPIs is 30 outreach, book 3 calls, and then let's say do follow-ups on all your leads, and then also tracking as well. Let's say you get all these things done in your day, then you can call it a day. Why? Because you've done what's needed to move the needle that day. So if all you did was 30 outreach, and again, like, it might be different for you, but if it's all you had to do, you can stop right after. The more you do, the better. The more you put in, if you decide to go the extra mile, that's great. More power to you. But if you're tight on time and you know what your KPIs are, your targets are, if it's this, for example, then don't feel guilty if you did all this and you're done. So yeah, you can definitely balance the two together. Some other tips is reply to messages as they come instead of letting them pile up. And also just focus on being resourceful. And if it was important enough to you, then you'll make it work. So at the end of the day, like I said earlier, this comes with sacrifice. I didn't have this life in the beginning. My life 1 to 2 years ago was completely different to now. I didn't just get the luxury back then to hop around from cafe to cafe, to choose what I wanted to do with my day. If I wanted to stay in my condo, I didn't have the luxury to go see my friends and co-work together. I didn't have the luxury to just work under my own hours, doing what I want, where I want. Before, I was in uni. Before, I had lectures to attend to, I had classes to attend to. I was in a lot of stress. I had homework, I had coursework to finish up on. So if that's a life that you no longer really want to live, or you want to get closer to breaking out, then it takes sacrifice. You're not going to get it overnight. But as I said, if it was important enough to you, you'll find a way to make it work. You'll find a way to fit all of this in. And as I said, this is really all you're doing at the end of the day. It's not really much to ask for. Now try running your own business. So yeah, guys, be resourceful. Everyone's got to start somewhere. You're going to get to your ideal life. You're going to get to your dream life when you can just wake up one day and decide how your day goes. So yeah, start somewhere and make it a priority. So I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear that you don't have enough time. I've given you a ton of ideas. And yeah, I hope this helps. I hope this was a good reminder that you can balance the two. You can make it work. I mean, I've literally got a student interview next week with a guy who's in the Oracle program, the 101 mentorship private program where people can work directly with me, help them get off the ground with appointment setting, get started, get placed, get the training that they needed, get the training that they need to be on their way to living the life that they want, working remotely online. I got a student interview with a guy. He was working 9 to 5 before. He still is working now, but there's no excuses because he's managed to fit appointment setting and make something out of it while he's doing his 9 to 5. Okay, so we got a student interview coming up with him next week. Go keep an eye out. And yeah, apart from that, enjoy. Hope this helps. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you want to join my one-on-one private mentorship called the Oracle, link in the description. See if you're a good fit, book a call, speak directly with me, and we'll go over some details on there. But anyways, guys, there's really no excuse nowadays in 2024. You can balance the two, and make sure you're going after it. You're attacking every single day. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. You got all the time in the world, and I'll see you in the next one.